Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, guys. Whew, it was a wet, let me repeat, wet weekend, to say the least. We got rain for about 2 straight days. I think on Saturday, I think it was. Pretty much rained for almost 24 hours, it seemed like. I think it said it was supposed to start raining at 4 a.m. and rain all the way until 6 a.m. the next day. And we got a ton of rain on Come On Mountain, which I'm not mad at. We actually needed, because it's been a while since we've got some good rain like that. A couple of weeks ago it did rain, but it wasn't nowhere near as much rain as we got. And it definitely wasn't spread over a long period of time. About 2 weeks ago, I think we got about 2 inches, but it came down like within a couple of hours. So it was mainly just a lot of runoff and a lot of puddling. But this rain right here was it did have some heavy parts to it. But for the most part, it was just a steady rain for a long period of time, which was good because it got a lot soaked in and the ground is looking good. Look how green the grass is looking right now. It is a much needed, because all of this was right here was pretty brown for the most part. Good morning, Eclipse. What are you doing? Say hey to the people. Say good morning. Somebody's happy for the cooler weather and no rain. Yeah, she's been pretty much hemmed up for the last couple of days because of the rain. Ryder, what are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. You are walking the plank, huh? Yeah, you're wanting to jump on me, ain't you? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Are y'all all happy this morning? Y'all are happy? You are happy the rain stopped? Ryder's like, let me get out of her way. She's a little rambunctious this morning. So the kids are happy. I'm happy. It is a great Monday. I am excited. Isn't that a beautiful view behind me, guys? We got the American flag. And we got a nice little off-grid cabin with some beautiful skies. It is a gorgeous Monday morning. I am looking forward to this week. We are going to get back to working on the building today. I'm excited about it. The rain was, to be honest with you, much needed break on the old back and body after the last couple of weeks that I've had. But speaking of the building, check that out, guys. It looks amazing. It still isn't 100% cured, but it is getting close. It's starting to change colors and lighten up. But I do believe that it is cured enough that I can actually take the form boards off today and start building some walls, which I am looking forward to. We start getting the walls up, it's going to really start taking shape, to say the least. There is going to be some tricky areas as far as putting up walls. This run right here is definitely going to be one of the main ones, because I have to deal with that. I have to deal with that. And I have to deal with that. We have a vent there, a drain there, and water supply there. So that one's going to be tricky. This one right here is going to be a little tricky as well, with all of the water that comes in right here for the well, and also the drain and the vent for the washer. The shower shouldn't be an issue, but the wall behind the shower I'm going to have to deal with too. And being that I'm using the PEX and stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to build those walls at one time and stand them up. That's not going to work. So I'm probably going to have to do it in sections or just build it in place. more than likely I'm probably just going to end up building it with place, because we got a couple of factors. For one, we have a pitch that goes down here, which means that every piece is going to have to kind of be cut with a pitch up top to make it all set nice and level, so I can get a good nail and stuff on there. So it's probably going to be faster just for me to build these particular walls in place instead of building them on the ground and trying to stand them up, dealing with all the piping and pecs and everything. Over here, I should be able to build these on the ground. I should be able to build this one on the ground and this one. Full transparency, guys. I did mess up there because there is actually a form board across there, which isn't really no big deal because I'm putting a wall there anyways. So honestly, it could just be a nailer. But we did not think about pulling the actual concrete little brace thing for the form board. So I'm actually going to have to take my grinder and cut that off flush, because that right there is never going nowhere. But the generator pad turned out good. The slab turned out good. You can still see a little trowel marks and stuff like that, but I'm okay with that. I didn't want like a mirror finish like glass, like you do with the powered machines, the powered bull floats that looks like a fan. I didn't want that because of slipping reasons. I wanted it nice and smooth, but I wanted a little bit of texture to still be in the concrete, and we accomplished that. There is a couple little high spots where the trowel marks and stuff are, but I could take one of those little razor things on a handle, which I have, and just kind of scrape that down low. But this slab is definitely level, and doesn't have a bunch of bird baths in it and stuff. I came out here while it was raining, and I only had like one little bird bath, and it's actually going to be over here in the outdoor kitchen area where the countertops and stuff are going to be, so water's never even going to get there. And it did slope the way that it was supposed to slope, so, and run off. So I was very, very happy to see that. All in all, I think the concrete whole deal turned out amazing. I can't thank Simple Life Reclaim and Drew Lenz enough for coming to help me out. We had a blast. And speaking of that, I don't think that we've talked since the video has came out. What did y'all think about that video? Leave it in the comments. I think it turned out to be a pretty good video. And I put as much as I could in there without making it like a 2-hour long video. I actually cut it down pretty far. The first initial edit was probably 55 minutes, I think it was. And I ended up cutting it all the way down to 33 minutes on the second cut. So I did trim a lot of it because it was a long day. It was from about 10 o'clock in the morning till about 7:30 at night. We had a full day. I am aware that we did overwork the concrete. And unfortunately, I really didn't have a choice. Though the water was, it was mixed kind of thin. And we kind of did that on purpose because we wanted some time to kind of work it a little bit. And also I wanted to make the concrete kind of go as far as possible. So we did mix it a little wet. And also with the plastic up underneath for the vapor barrier, it doesn't allow the water to go down. The water has to come up. So I did know that that was something that was probably going to happen to begin with. And we was just trying to get it as smooth as possible, as fast as possible. That way you could kind of get some dry time and everything else. So we did work it quite a bit. It was a soupy mix, to say the least. And we didn't have a lot of sun that day, and it was kind of cooler and all that other stuff. So we had a couple of variables that was working against us, unfortunately. So, you know, we made it work what it worked. And I did get a couple of comments saying that I overworked it and all that other stuff, and I am aware. And I'm not a professional concrete guy, by no means. I will never claim to be. I have poured a couple of slabs when I owned a home renovating company back in the day. I did quite a few driveways. Not so much like a structural slab for buildings and stuff like that. Mainly driveways is what I've done. But that's been over 15 years ago. Wow, that's weird even saying that. I guess I ain't a spring chicken no more, huh? When you start talking about you ain't done something in 15 years, you ain't a spring chicken no more. Come on. So yeah, it's been a while. So I'm a little rusty, but you know, it wasn't intimidating. Of course, I was a little nervous just because it's been so long since I've done it, but I was still pretty confident, and I felt like that I had everything in place that I needed for it to be a successful day. And also having a couple of good hands here to help me out, I was pretty confident that it was going to turn out successful. A lot of people said that, why didn't you put rebar and stuff like that? Well, I used fiber. And also I used over a 3,000 PSI concrete. And like I said, this is not really a structural slab that's going to hold a lot of weight. So I didn't feel like I needed to spend all that extra money on rebar or wire or anything like that whenever I could get fiber for literally $10 a yard more. And I just felt like that was the better option, the cheaper option. I do have to cut cost where I can cut cost. It is so expensive right now to do this stuff, man. This is the worst time, probably in the last 40 years, to do what we do. To do all this building and all these major projects and stuff right now with the way that the economy is, it's a horrible timing. But the show must go on, and we still have to keep moving forward. So we have to cut cost where we can cut cost. And that was one of the areas where I felt like that we could cut cost. And so I went ahead and did it. I will be painting the floor with an epoxy and the little flake stuff like you use in your garage. I have used it before in the past, and I've always been happy with it. And I think it's going to work out good, and it'll be a lot better than doing flooring and everything else for an outdoor structure. If it was the house, then of course I'd put flooring and everything else, but I don't really see a need to do that out here. Also, let me put y'all on the stand because I want to show y'all guys some stuff. Let's see here. Oh. Can you see me? Let me tilt you up. Hold on one second. All right, first thing I want to do is give a big shout out to MT Homestead. Whenever they came for Drew's party, welcome home party, they brought me a coffee mug, which I used this morning, guys. I've already drunk about 4 cups of coffee this morning, so I'm ready to get it. And they also gave me another shirt. So appreciate it, guys. Love you guys. Family's always looking out. Come on. And then another shout out. Let me make sure I keep the address to the side here. Another shout out. If you see, I have a full-blown country hat on. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, I used to wear, matter of fact, this hat right here all the time. I wore it to the point that that whole black section became white because of all the sweat and stuff. So I was on a live about a month ago, and they was in there, and I was like, man, I need another hat. You know, that was one of my favorite hats. And so not only did they send me the one that I had, which is for work, they sent me one for stepping out and going to town that has this sexy leather little patch right here. And then they even went one step further and sent Margarita a hat. And this is a ponytail back. So whenever she's out here working and using all the equipment and stuff like that, she can put it on. And look at there. I've never even seen a ponytail back, but look at that. It splits right there. Well, isn't that convenient? So I just opened this morning, so I will be letting Margarita know about it, and I know for a fact that she is going to be super happy about it, but there's more. They also sent some stickers, and also a note that says, here you go, brother, one for work, one for going to town. Full-blown country pooch. All right. And I believe they sent me and Margarita some shirts too. I'm only going to pull one out because I'm out here at the slab. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. And I'm going to tell you this too. Their shirt, which I still wear, some of the softest material that I have found on Facebook shirts. But check that out. Full-blown country, baby. Come on. So I will put both of their channels in here and also in the description. Make sure you go check those guys out. Love them. They're big supporters of mine, and I'm big supporters of them. So definitely go check them out. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about having new hats. I'm a hat guy. It's what I do. If you ever do want to send me something, my address is always in the description and every video. And then also, I believe it's on the About page on Come On Homesteading, Fired Up Friday, and this channel here, Come On Keeping It Real. Also, don't forget, this week will be the live, and I'm actually going to have Half Pint, my son, on this live, and we're going to be talking about his new channel, Life with Levi. I think I'm going to do this live on the main channel this time, and then from then on it will be actually on this channel. So I think I'm going to go live on Come On Homesteading Wednesday at 4 o'clock Central Time, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be Country Road Cure is going to go from 2 to 3. Simple Life Reclaimed is going to go from 3 to 4. And I'm going to go from 4 to 5. And we do this once a month. And then throughout the month, I have, hey, get out the box. Get out the box. And then throughout the month, I do little special lives here and there. I did one with Margarita from Mexico. If you missed that one, check that out. And I'm also wanting to do some more of the cooking lives on Fired Up Friday as well. And what this does is allow me to, by moving it down to just one live a month that I'm scheduled to do, it allows me to do more of the special lives, like the cooking one on the cooking channel, or like one where, you know, something's going on, like Margarita in Mexico or something like that. It just, it allows me to have more freedom, and for me, I think it just adds to it. Instead of just doing lives every week and kind of like going over the same thing that we already kind of went over on this channel during the week, it's just a little something extra. Look at that view behind me, guys. Tell me that that is not gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. But we got a lot to do today. Let me pull y'all off the stand. Let me show you the slab. I did have to keep them in the house. Oh, the back camera didn't want to work too good. But I did have to keep them in the house. And they're right clips. You got to spend 2 days in the house, huh? Oh, you got to spend 2 days in the house. Yeah, I kept them in the house for 2 days. I had to walk Eclipse on a leash to go to the bathroom throughout the day and the night, which she wasn't too crazy about, I'm not going to lie. She's not too good with using the bathroom on the leash. She just thought we was going for a walk. So it would literally take about 30 minutes every time to for her to actually use the restroom. So yeah, it was a it was a learning curve, to say the least. But I think it turned out amazing. And I think here real soon that we are really, really going to start seeing this thing take shape. Hey, get away from there. And first steps, get the walls up. Then we're going to put some house wrap around. And then I'm going to focus on the well area, try to get it insulated and stuff like that. And also get on that sawmill over there and start making siding, because that's going to be a huge project when me making all the siding. It's not going to be something that's just a 2-day deal. It's going to take some time because you got to mill it. Make sure everything's dry, which I think the trees that I got down should be dry enough to make the siding. I'm definitely going to do enough overlap that where if there's any shrinking or whatever, that I don't run into issues in the future. And yeah, get this thing going. And then also I still have to dig the water lines that are going to kick off to the cabin. I did get a lot of questions and stuff about why I didn't concrete that area and stuff, which I have touched base on videos prior to this. Eclipse, stop. No. That I did touch base before, but actually the video that's coming out tomorrow on Come On Homesteading goes over this whole slab thing a little bit more in detail, shows you a little bit more, and we talk pretty heavily on the well area right there and why I made the decisions that I made. And also, it's also a Halloween special. Had a little bit going on this weekend that was really, really cool with the kids and margarita and everything. So definitely want to check that out tomorrow. It's going to be a good video. I'll probably be editing it tonight and putting it out tomorrow. And then if everything goes right, Thursday, we should have another build video out. The rain definitely put me behind a little bit as far as the building goes. So I don't have nothing kind of shot and filmed right now for building. Yeah, the rain definitely put a damper on that, because pretty much right after I poured this thing for the next couple of days, it got down on Come On Mountain. Come on. But definitely go check those channels out that we talked about. Let me know in the comments of what y'all thought about the last video of the concrete pour. It was kind of crazy. Gary in a bucket. Come on. It was a good time. But I'm going to get off here, guys, because the sun is coming up. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning, and I want to take advantage of it. And I want to get these form boards off and see what's really going on. So until we see each other again, guys, come on. Hey, keep it real.